Hanging out with Ryan Susice. I have not seen Ryan in many, many years. Of course, he's still racing at Ransomville primarily, where he finished in second in points this past year. Did pick up a feature win. But he's been working for Bicknell now for how long, Ryan?
I think 6 years now.
Okay, what do you do for Bicknell?
Mainly in sales. When the last few years we've been doing shock and shock rebuilds and some suspension stuff. I do a lot on setup help, tech support.
So you're one of the guys that you'll talk to on the phone?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much all of our customers, at least in the U.S. side, probably have talked to me at least once. Just whatever people need. I mean, if we have to ship or whatever, we can. Pretty much everybody there is racers, and we can kind of handle anything. So.
And by the way, they have a Bicknell car in the auction. If you search Tim Jones on my channel, we did something during Super Dirt Week, so that car will be sold on Saturday. What is new in 26 for Bicknell Racing Products for the modifieds?
So one of the main things that you're going to probably hear a lot about is the safety advancements that some of our all of our cars are going to have. In the last couple of years, we've had some extra gussets added to the top of the cage.
Okay.
But also, we've got a new support bar going across for the seat. And then we also have on the rear posts for the crash bars, there's an optional kind of like an energy absorber just to try and make the cars a little bit safer in terms of the wrecks. We all seen Stu's wreck and now Tyler's wreck, and most important thing that we can do as a manufacturer and as competitors is make these cars as safe as possible, because we all have families to go home to.
Right.
Putting on a show is important, but making sure everybody gets home to their family is most important to all of us. So, obviously, best wishes to both Stu and Tyler after their crashes. I know I've talked to Stu at Dirt Week a little bit. It was great to see him on crutches, but there to support his team, his wife, and that was really awesome. So.
Praying for both you guys. And of course, don't forget about the crash at Simmons Grove earlier this year. That was pretty scary too. So it was a tough year. So I talked to Randy a little while ago. You guys were down a little bit on the numbers, but basically we're still the driving force in the market at this stage, right?
Yeah, I think right now, the majority of the cars that are out there seems like they are the BRP stuff. Obviously, DKM and Schroyer, and I don't know how much TO is doing in terms of new cars anymore, but competition's great. That's what fuels all of us.
Yeah.
So, DKM right now has got the winning booth display so far. Hopefully, everybody.
I know that's a great booth, isn't it?
Everybody that comes down here has to go check that out, and it's good, especially the people that, there's going to be a lot of people here that aren't racers. They might just be fans to come check it out. Definitely take a look at it and get a good look at underneath the suspension of those cars. Our car's got the left rear tire off of it, so you can get in and see the left side stuff. It's right out there on display. There's nothing really to hide in these cars now.
No.
All the chassis manufacturers are pretty much doing the same stuff in terms of the suspension, but it's definitely good for any the fans that might be walking around. Ask any of the salespeople or the people in the booth to explain some of the stuff. It's not rocket scientists. None of us are engineers, but one of the things that race car drivers right now that we're all dealing with is kind of learning the suspension. It's been around for a while, but you see the Williamsons and the Friesens and the Shepherds that really dominate. Those guys really understand this, and as a fan, somebody that might be walking through, and there's a lot of misconceptions in terms of why these cars do what they do and why are they faster, are they slower. Get in here and get a good look at it and try and understand some of it.
There's the main entrance right there, so you'll be coming through there. It'll be on the left side of the main aisle. Those are the guys who were getting the cheese-filled pepperoni. I'm sure you'll be eating a few sticks of that over the weekend, right?
Throughout the weekend, so.
Yeah, so when you get that, come out over and look at the cars. And you brought up a good point. I've been encouraging fans to come to this for a long time, too, so if you want to get educated. And the other thing, too, that I don't think a lot of the people realize is you guys all work together, all you manufacturers, and especially with everything that happened this past year, I'm sure there's been lots of meetings and lots of discussions.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not on the chassis side of things. I'm in the US retail.
But you hear about that stuff,
yeah,
so sure.
We do talk about it. Obviously, I drove for Bob Slack for quite a few years, so I do get a lot of the insight, and you hear some of that stuff. And as everybody at the US store is a racer, so we all kind of talk and just try to have any little ideas that we can. And like you said, we sell parts to other manufacturers and we buy parts from other manufacturers. So there's competition, but at the same point, we're all working together, and it's for the greater good of the sport because we all need each other to be successful, for sure.
Again, it's 1 to 8 tomorrow, 9 to 5 on Saturday. So come on in. You want to be an educated fan, come on in. For all you other guys who are looking for chassis and stuff, do your homework, talk to these guys, ask questions. That's why they're here. Ryan, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you won some races this past year, and we'll talk again soon. We'll do another one where we actually talk about you. But I'm glad to see you, and I'm glad you're doing well, man.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thanks, Ted.